My name is J Dragon. I was electrocuted by my keyboard, and that shock has taken me back in time. Now I'm lost in the past, but somehow, some way, I will play games. Good evening, it is that time, and that time is, well, 10 past 9. That's what the time is. Well, 9 past 9 technically, but who is keeping that level of technical? It is time for
Hello there!
Chester Phoenix. General Chester Phoenix. I forgot your rank. But there you go. Look, it's not my fault you're a disgusting person. I forgot your rank. It's a joke in there somewhere. Why you like this game? Okay. I mean, technically it works. It's just less than optimal. So if we can not be like that game. Apparently I don't have any options for that. Old Classic? Old Classic worked. Okay, fair enough. For some reason it was in a window. But not a very good window. I suppose you may be asking yourself, what's the definition of not a very good window? Well, it was like oversized window. Which, as I say, not hugely helpful in this situation. But anyway, hello, Mr. Chester Phoenix. How are you and how are your doings? So we can play a new game, or we can look through a load of other things. I think we'll play a new game.
Well, Guybrush Threepwood, you do turn up in the strangest places.
Always.
Hi, Elaine.
But this time, I have a lovely
Do you
coat.
think you can help me out?
How did you get into this mess?
It's kind of a long story.
A single glazed one.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I've got
Not very
time.
soundproof.
Well, it all started on Scab Island. Some of my admiring fans had pressured me into telling my Lechuck evaporating story once again.
Deep in the Caribbean, Scab Island.
Ooh. Dirty scabs.
So I bust into the church and say, "Now you're in for
I
it,
can
you
push A for the
bilious
audio
bag of
commentary.
barnacle bait."
I don't think it'll
And then
work.
Lechuck cries,
Could be quite
"Guybrush,
interesting,
have
but
mercy. I can't take
still
it
something
anymore."
I'd prefer not to
I
do
think
at this
I
point.
know how he must have felt.
Yeah, if I hear this story
But one benefit, I think, if I go like
I'm
this,
gonna be crying
yeah.
myself.
Don't you
So,
have any
A, I've got an
good
achievement for
stories?
that, which is nice.
Well, actually,
And
that's
B,
why I'm here on Scab Island.
old
I'm on a
school
whole new
and
adventure.
voices.
Growing a mustache?
No.
See,
bigger
this
than
is
that.
why the second
No,
of
I'm in
the
search of
sit
treasure.
specialists.
Fuck me!
Them all.
Fuck you
A
indeed.
treasure so valuable and so well hidden that it haunts
That's why the
dreams of
second
every pirate
special
on the
edition
seas.
of Monkey
You
Island
mean-
was vastly superior
Big whoop.
because you
None
get
of
voice
Then
and
why'd you come here?
you get everything else.
There's no treasure
Just eating
on
some chocolate
Scab
and waiting to get to my
Island.
Well, I didn't
PC.
know that before. Now I'm
I love
trying
the way
to
you
charter a
say
ship
that
and look
sometimes.
someplace
It does
else.
make it sound
When I
like you're
return,
being held
I'll have riches
captive.
galore and a whole new
I'm just
story.
waiting to get to my
Or you'll
PC,
have
but
died
someone's
trying.
holding me back.
Either way, we
I'm
won't
gonna have to eat
hear
chocolate
about
in order
Lechuck
to
anymore.
scupper them in some fashion. You're playing your own point-and-click adventure, aren't you? You are. I'm just eating some chocolate in
Those
order to
guys
figure
wouldn't
out
know a
a
good
solution
story
to
if
the
they
puzzle
paid
of getting to my
50 bucks
PC.
for it. When I find Big Whoop, I'll become a legend among pirates for generations to come. I can only charter a ship and get off this stinking island.
It's going to be very difficult. But yeah, bearded and long-coated Guybrush Threepwood. The Largo Embargo. Do 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 do. And of course, I can go straight back to new school graphics if I so choose. I can do it as freely as I fancy on this occasion because I get voices in both. Lovely little sort of what's it there? Oh, look at all this! Look at all this! My God! Did I beat the first one last week? I did. I did beat the first one last week. So here's my inventory. I have got Riches.
This may be a lot of money, but it's nothing compared to how rich I'll be when I find Big Whoop.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty well prepared financially for now.
More riches.
I should be set for the
More
whole
riches.
trip with this. This
More
should
riches.
be plenty of money to charter a ship. Look at all this. I've got enough to buy my own ship in 5 different currencies. I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
traveling first class on this treasure hunt. Sure took a long time to save all this.
God, look at it all. That is fantastic. I can use all of that. Oh, hello.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
Okay, so there is, interestingly enough, that's nice as well. I'm assuming that's where I might want to do the old school
Welcome
version.
to Woodtick. No
The new
treasure
school
hunting
version,
zone.
because the cursory thing that's quite nice. For anybody wondering, what you do is you hold down the right click, and then you just move the mouse, and I can either look at the sign or pick up the sign.
I think I broke the sign.
Oh dear. Oh, I do, however, now have a shuffle.
Thrifty Dig for the treasure hunter on a budget.
So that's something. I wasn't 100% expecting that, but
Welcome to Woodtick.
There you
no
go.
treasure hunting
I'm
zone.
sure it will come in handy at some point. Oh, hello. There's
Where do you
a
think
gribbly
you're
looking
going,
man.
Fancy pants?
I was just
You
across
ain't
the
from
bridge.
these parts, are you? This is a toll
Actually, I don't
bridge.
know where I'm from.
You gotta pay.
I'd say I'm from Melee Island, but I don't think I am. Because I arrived at Melee Island with plans of becoming a pirate, but of course, I don't think that's necessarily where Guybrush is from. But anyway, welcome, Mr. Albioncraft, as well. Welcome. How are you? How are you doings? Did you ever get any further with your 3D prints of Guybrush Threepwood? I seem to remember that being a thing a little while back. Because you gave me the files, which was quite nice. I haven't done anything with them, but I gave them a good look and thought, that's nice. And then realised I've got no plans for this. But it's nice to have them. It's better to have them and not need them, rather than need them and not have them. But yes, and in regards to missing last week, was on Melee Melee, Melee Island. Not Malay Island, because then he would have met Dante from Devil May Cry. Because I think they do consider that to be Malay, don't they? Is that the first one or the second one? I can't remember. I think that is it the first or second one. Anyway, but I always used to see it. It was the first one. I thought it was. Well, clearly I didn't 100% think it was. It was just one of those ones where it was room for. The reason I doubted it is because Malay, spelt like that and pronounced Malay, sounds a little bit French. And in the second game, the woman, whose name I can't remember, had a French accent. But yes, the first one, because I always looked at it and just thought mallet, of course, because it's spelled mallet. So I thought Mallet Island. That's all right, isn't it? It's a lovely time on Mallet Island. Boom, boom, boom. Got a mallet. To a certain extent, I don't know precisely how much more shitstorm it was, but I did see the fact that your car. I'd be curious to know precisely what happened. I purchased 2 kilograms of resin for the sole purpose of printing Guybrush and some other bits. That was the highlight of the week. Oh, okay, that's all right then. There's precious little worth remembering about DMC2. Oh, I don't know. I suppose I quite like it because it's probably the easiest of the Devil May Cry's. Because from what I recall, you just sort of shoot things, and it's a pretty overpowered method of winning. You just look. It's going to take me half an hour with these guns pinging your high health bar away, but guess what? You can't fucking hit me in this location, but I can hit you. I'll take that as a win. Bang, 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 bang. But certainly I saw your car had issues, Mr. Albioncraft specifically. They overcorrected on the guns not doing it. Yeah, that's why I think the third one is so good. Because they took the core of number 1. They sprinkled in just the tiniest bit of Devil May Cry 2. The movements, being able to flip left, flip right, flip all around, all that stuff came from Devil May Cry 2. So they sprinkled in I'm doing a sprinkling motion, but obviously you can't see that, but just to make sure you know. I'm doing a little sprinkling motion. They sprinkled in a touch of DMC2, and lo and behold, they got DMC3, and DMC3 was phenomenal. Probably, I'd be tempted to say 3 is the best, but then 4. Ooh, 4 is. Ooh, it's a good. 4 was a good one. Also 5. I've gotten confused as to how many there are. Yeah, 4 was Nero, and then 5 was Nero, Virgil, or V, I suppose. Spoiler alert. Too late, but never mind. And the other one. So yeah, that's 5, isn't it? I'm getting my numbers confused. Upon using the printer for the... Oh shit! Yeah, I saw that bit as well. The event started when resin leaked onto my screen and cured. The end result was me somehow ripping my whole screen out of the printer. Yes. Jesus. And a car clunk, wheel buckled, van hit me, car dead. Christ. You really have had a shit week. The moment we finish work... I'll get on with the game in a moment. It's just we've got some chatting. And I can't do both. Because I want to listen to the game and listen to... or read what you've got to say. Technically read. I'm considering listening because it's conversational. Oh, shit. I think the game just got bored. I genuinely think the game just said, well, you fucking not doing anything. I'm fucking off. Because I didn't push anything to trigger that. It just did it by itself. Shit. I'm sorry, game. I've offended you. I'm so sorry. Oh. We started work on Devil May Cry 3 because I didn't want to be known as the man that made them great. I mean, do you know what? It's a good reason. It's a good reason. Is this some sort of bribe situation? Sure, take my money. I don't want any trouble. Who's going to make me, shorty? I don't pay for nothing. I'm a pirate. I am a pirate.
I don't pay for nothing. I'm a pirate.
Tough guy, huh?
Hey, no!
Help! Please!
Scream as loud as you want. There's no police on Scab Island.
There should definitely be police on Scab Island. Every island should have police. Not in my new coat. Who eats donuts and roughs off the transients? Perhaps a little bit unfair.
Okay, put me down now and I won't have to hurt you.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
the bonjour!
Maybe I won't kill you
Incoming
right
with
now.
an alien.
Whoa.
Hey, you're loaded. This is my lucky night.
But you can't take all my stuff. No.
Remember, wherever you go, on sea or on land, you can't ever hide from Lago Legre.
Oh, you're Largo. So you're the reason for the embargo.
Tough town. I guess I should have got those traveler's checks.
Yes, I think you should have. That my riches! Anybody would think the entire purpose of putting the riches in your inventory was so that you lost them in this exact moment. Oh yeah, that is pretty much why they existed. Let's go. Let's carry on. Who needs riches anyway? The primary riches are the friends we make along the way, or in Guybrush's case, the friends we abuse along the way, I suppose. Aha, a chair. Can I do? Oh, yes, I can do lots of things with chairs. I
Get
can
your
push the
hands
chair.
away from there.
Oh,
It's
he's not
for
happy.
sale.
I can't believe that Jay Guybrush always holds on to his money so well. I know.
Hey, don't touch that.
It's not for sale.
I'm gonna.
Get your hands away from there.
I want to
It's
touch
not
your
for sale.
chair.
Comfortable looking chair.
It's not for sale.
Well, I bet if I still had my amazing bits and pieces,
That's
he'd
about
take
the
it.
best peg leg I've ever seen.
Thanks.
Abusing your friends is
Myself.
core part of the point-and-click gameplay. That is true. Can we push the
I don't
woodsmith?
think you'd like that.
No, I know, but can we do it anyway?
I don't think you'd like that.
No,
I don't think you'd like that.
he wouldn't like being used either.
He looks buff.
Oh, well, it's all that sawing and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah?
Let's have a look. What did he look like in the past? Pretty much the same. Oh no, there's a fairly dramatic difference. About the only thing that's similar is the slightly green shade of hat. Most of the rest of his clothes are very different. Are you some sort of chef? He doesn't look like a chef. And I said chef, I know. Are you some kind of chef?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck could chuck no amount of wood since a woodchuck can't chuck wood.
Okay.
But if a woodchuck could chuck and would chuck some amount of wood, what amount of wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Even
How
if a
many
woodchuck
takes
could
do you
chuck
think
wood,
this
and
took
even if a
them?
woodchuck would chuck wood, should a woodchuck chuck wood?
A woodchuck should chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, as long as a woodchuck would chuck wood.
Oh, shut up.
I win. I win. The standard Guybrush technique. Just belligerence in the face of everybody.
What's the problem with that Largo guy?
He really goes against my grain. I'd like to make an end table out of him,
It's a
but I
woodworking
don't have the
joke.
guts. With all my tools, I'm still unable to create the one thing that could do this island some good.
Like an all-night tattoo parlor?
No, like a voodoo doll of Largo Legrand.
Oh.
Well, I think we know
Nice
what I'm
apron.
going to be doing
Are
next.
you some sort of chef?
No, I'm a woodsmith, which gives one of us an excuse for dressing funny.
I'd like
How
to look
dare
around a
you?
bit.
Have you
Sure
seen
thing.
my outfit? Have you seen this outfit? It's gorgeous. I mean, it is only improved with the extra detailing of the new graphics, but you know, even back then, it was a really nice coat. And as I say, it's only been made nicer with the extra little detailing and stuff. It's beautiful. Not as much beard though. Not as much emphasis on the beard. Because like here, because it's obviously, you know, pixels, they've had to really sort of put in quite a lot of beard. Whereas here, it's a lot more subtle. Anyway, I'm assuming I probably can't grab his
Oh,
stuff.
no, you don't.
No, he's not
I
happy.
need all of them.
He does look like a kid dressed up his dad's coat. That's true. I wonder if that was intentional, perhaps, considering he is not meant to be the most sort of. Do you know what? I'm curious. Let's just stand here.
Okay, here is the big premiere of iMuse. Right?
Yes.
This is the biggest, and I think the biggest ever, most complicated piece of iMuse music that was ever made.
We had like 2 full-time programmers who are doing nothing but programming.
I don't know
the
who. Oh, I mean, Ron is going to be Ron
It's a
Gilbert,
main
I'm
theme
assuming.
outside,
Tim.
And then every time you go into one of these.
Can't think of the surname, but I think I
inside
know it.
The house, it would enable or disable instruments, and it would
Right.
change the theme a little bit.
Right.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
there is a
no,
third
iMuse
one
was,
there somewhere.
Absolutely amazing.
But they put a lot of work into it, and they decided never to do it.
Schaefer,
They're like,
yes.
No one noticed. I noticed.
I did.
Lovely. Well, I mean, I don't think I'm going to do that too often, but it's quite a nice little extra. Nice sort of idea. Look,
Help wanted.
Okay.
1 week's salary in advance. Inquire
Ah.
below.
that might be quite useful. Just precisely what is the job? Dave Grossman, is it? I wouldn't have recognised that name, certainly. Do, 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 do. Look at the advertisement. That's how it looks.
It reads JoJo, appearing nightly, no cover
Oh,
charge.
okay. Can I grab that metronome?
No thanks.
Oh,
Too many
no.
bad memories of piano lessons. I should have listened to my mother. I should have practiced.
You really should have, because then we could have had a little fun.
Hey, hired help only.
Oh, sorry, mate. I just wanted to have a look. Booze? Let's have a look at his booze. What sort of booze you got?
Nice.
Oh, I was hoping for more. Let's talk to the barkeep.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Let's have another look back in the past. Do do do. I mean, it really. I know it's obvious that it's faithful roof curation, but it is still worth noting. It's worth stating out loud that it's a really nice, faithful recreation of the original there.
How's business?
It's just
And as I say,
terrible. No one
the
ever
huge
comes down
benefit
here anymore.
is the fact that
Largo's
they've
got all
actually
my
included the
regular
voices
smoke.
in the past
You know, I
version.
can mix any drink there
You
is,
can turn that
make
off if
anything
you want
could
to,
name,
but I
I
don't know
can't
why
make
you'd
the
want
one
to,
thing that
'cause-
could really do this island some good.
I mean, I suppose
A
for this
voodoo
sort of
doll
purpose,
of
if you're
Largo
streaming it,
Legrand.
then
You there.
maybe
Uh-oh.
you would want
Give me my
to
usual
do your own
and put
voices,
it in a
perhaps,
real glass.
as I have done in the past. But to be honest, Dominic Armato is such an iconic voice of Guybrush Threepwood. I just don't
Fork
want.
over the dough or you'll be serving Bloody Marys for
I don't
a
want
week.
it to be anybody
From
else.
your nose. That's all I have. Well, you better have more tomorrow. Or we might have to move this stump to a new location. Like, say, the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, this man.
Boy, you just gave him all your money?
I don't want to talk about it.
This man needs to be sorted out, doesn't he? Talk to
Excuse
the
me.
barkeep.
Yeah, boy?
Grog me, please. Hell
Shake
yeah.
it, not stirred.
Maybe you'd like a Shirley Temple instead.
I'm old enough. Look at my beard.
That's the oldest trick in the book. Tell you what, I'll let you have some near grog. Doesn't have any alcohol in it, but it's just as nasty smelling and foul tasting as that stuff grown-ups drink.
Right on.
Oh, wait, what am I saying? I just sold the last of it to Kate. Sorry.
God
Rats.
damn it.
Of course, if you have some
He's
ID.
basically Mr. Shakedown. He is. He very much is. Is that a Yakuza reference? Or is that just a general reference to the idea of a person shaking another person down? Oh, it is a Yakuza reference, yeah. Devilishly difficult to beat Mr. Shakedown, but possible. Certainly. Takes a little while, but, you know.
Who's this Kate person you
Because
mentioned?
he's got, like, about a dozen health bars or something ridiculous.
Kate Capsize.
You know a fair
Tough
bit
as
about the
steel,
games.
sharp
Nice.
as nails.
Have you actually played them,
Rents
or
her
just
ship
know
out.
about them?
Does some
Because
freelance
they are
pirating.
fantastic
Her
games
only
to play.
loyalty is to the highest bidder.
And
Don't
they've
get on her
just
bad
announced
side.
the Ishin, Like a Dragon Ishin. I look forward to that. Not sure precisely when that's out, but I think it's sort of coming soonish. Then they've also announced that, well, they've announced that the Yakuza series in general is now called Like a Dragon, which makes no difference to me. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are like, oh, grumble, grumble, but I just don't care. A good game is a good game by any title. But anyway, there is going to be a Like a Dragon 2, i.e. the sort of, the Ichi, is it Ichiban? I think it might be. Not sure. But anyway, the turn-based RPG, they're going to do another one of them. But this time, apparently, you're having a party as the Ichi... As I say, I'm going to call him Ichiban for now. But yeah, there's a party for him and a party for... Fuck. I've forgotten the main protagonists. Kazuma Kiryu. That's the one. Isn't that closer to its Japanese name anyway? Yes, I get the impression it might be. Which again, but it makes no difference what it's called to me. They're fantastic games, and I will always end up sort of playing them.
Want to see my scar?
Depends. Is there a good story behind it?
As a matter of fact, there is. It's a story of the ghost pirate Lechuck and his gruesome demise.
Heard it. This is the one where
How
he
dare
drinks
you.
too much root beer and burps so hard he
He
explodes.
didn't drink
right?
the root beer.
Not
I
exactly.
Forced
Frankly,
the root
I
beer
don't care
upon
much
him.
for stories that promote moderation.
I'm
in
a
drinking.
hero.
I do have a business to run, you know.
Everybody should remember this.
I saw your sign outside. What's the job?
Oh yeah, I really should take that thing down. I hired a new cook just this morning, but if things don't work out with him, I'll let you know.
Gosh darn it.
Is that job available yet?
So somehow,
Sorry, that guy
I mean, it's amazing, isn't it?
Is doing just fine.
First, what,
so far.
10, 20 minutes, we're already potentially planning on getting a chef fired,
Nice place you have here.
which is
Well,
quite
see
something.
ya.
I almost would feel bad. Look at the spit.
Largo's been here.
Yeah, disgusting. Pick up the
I
spit.
don't want to touch it with my hands.
We got to figure out a way of picking up the spit at some point. You may be wondering, why in the world would you want that? I didn't say I wanted it. I said we have to. Also got both the Judgment games wishlisted, so I'll probably grab them next Steam sale. I would highly recommend it. They are brilliant. They're very much the traditional Yakuza style, but he's a little bit more fast-paced in his combat style, whereas Kiryu is a little bit sort of, I am Juggernaut, you poof! And I mean sort of just a general Juggernaut, not specifically the Marvel character Juggernaut, but nonetheless. I am big man, big fist, go in your face, you fall down now. That's very much the Kazuma Kiryu style. Whereas the... can't remember his name
Not
again.
responsible for lost buttons or hooks.
The Judgment protagonist, the
No, we don't.
private
clean
detective,
letters.
Yagami, because it's the Yagami Detective Agency. Let's have a look at this box.
Nice. It won't fit in my pocket.
Oh, that's a shame. Can you pick up the bucket instead?
Hey, leave that alone.
But I want the bucket.
Do you think you could let me have this bucket?
Please let me have the
No.
bucket. Oh, there you go, please.
Please?
No.
Now, lads, we've done this before.
Pretty please?
And I've won.
No.
I won previously.
Pretty please?
I think I'm going to win this time as
No.
well.
Pretty please with sugar on top?
No.
Pretty please with sugar and a cherry?
No.
Pretty please with sugar, nuts, and a cherry?
No.
Pretty please with
Chocolate
sugar,
sprinkles,
nuts,
that's
a cherry,
gonna-
and
that's gonna swing
chocolate
them.
sprinkles?
No.
God damn it.
I really need it.
No.
I really need it.
No.
I really desperately need it.
No.
Son of a
It's a
bitch.
matter of life and death.
No.
Give me the bucket,
If
man.
you don't give it to me, I'll never speak to you again.
No.
I'll be your best friend.
No.
I'll be your best friend forever and ever.
No.
Oh, come on. Be a pal.
Oh, all right.
Yes! Belligerence! It's a shame that it took the guy that ran the talent agency that represented the main character's voice actor dying for the Judgment games to come to PC and for more of them to be made. Oh! I was unaware of that.
Is this a good time to ask for child support for our stream, baby? It's every so demanding. It's like war.
It's a lot louder for you as well, because it's. But yes, that's exceedingly loud, and no, unfortunately, it's a funny story actually. I had quite a large volume of riches, and within that large volume of riches, crowns, jewels, gems, gold coins, within that bundle of riches, there was a chance that I could have put a substantial amount aside for the baby. However, a man called Largo Legrand,
Hello there.
General Largo Legrand, came along and stole all my money. Which means, unfortunately, all I've got is a shovel and a bucket. Which means if the baby dies, we can put him in the bucket and bury him. Or her. So that's an option. And that might be a little bit too dark. I apologise. Men of low moral fibre.
They're sleeping peacefully.
I don't know if they're meant to be the same ones.
Yoo-hoo.
I feel like, let's go back in time and see if we do recognise. Yeah, I think they are meant to be the same
What
pirates
is
as
it?
from the first game. There you go.
Remember me? I'm
That's the
Guybrush.
one. They do.
We know you.
Yes, I'm. You tried to sell me the minutes of a PTA meeting in the last game, claiming it was a map.
I'm Guybrush.
There you go.
You tried to sell me the
Exactly
minutes
that.
of a PTA meeting in the last game, claiming it was a map.
Map? I don't know what you're
I like the
talking
fact that he did
about.
specify it
Oh,
in the
really?
last game.
Why did you wake us
Very
up,
meta.
Bush?
Hey, that's Guybrush, you son of a bitch.
Is that your rat?
I stole their
Yes,
rat last time,
we
didn't
call
I?
him Monster.
Or I
because of
I
his
scared it away,
insatiable
didn't I?
Passion for cheese.
That gives me something of
What happened to your
interest.
leg?
It happened during a performance.
That's what we do for a living now.
You see, after our circus failed, we started a pirate catering business on nearby Fat Island.
The sacking lunch. It was quite lucrative.
Why aren't you still doing that?
Good question.
The governor of the island made us an offer we, couldn't refuse. So, we sold him
Oh,
the
of
business.
course. That's probably Largo again, perhaps.
But what does this have to do with performing?
We're getting to that.
We sank the money into one of those newfangled glass-bottom boats
We wanted to take passengers on sightseeing trips.
and search for a place called Drinky Island in our spare
I
time.
don't think it's
Boy,
Drunky.
did we ever want to get there.
I think it's
Aside
Dinky
from
Island.
the
That's
obvious
stuff.
reason, we had inside information that Drinky was in fact the resting place of the legendary treasure of Big Whoop.
I'm looking for that. Yeah.
Whoop! I'm looking for that too.
Well, I hope your luck is better than ours.
You see, we got a bit of a raw deal on the boat.
Seems the salesman
Stan.
didn't have any glass for the bottom, so he
Yeah.
just left a gaping hole
I
there.
reckon that's probably
By the time we
Stan.
noticed, we were taking on water, fast.
We ended up stranded on a tiny desert island.
How much longer is this story?
We met a philosopher on the
such an
island, and he told
arseholey
us
thing to
something
ask.
which changed our lives.
Oh,
What? What is it? What
I've
did
become
he say?
engaged
Tell
again.
me already.
He told us that all the world is a stage and that we are merely players. So, we became performance artists.
When he lost the leg, Frank was brilliantly showing the inseparability of the path man walks from the food chain.
The symbolism of the cheese was essential. You know, this leg is looking sort of dingy. Would you get some polish over at the woodsmiths and polish it for me?
yes, I can probably do that.
Give me money for the polish.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you later.
We
I've
can
just-
scarcely
I've just
contain our anticipation.
Conned them out of a gold coin. I'm assuming, is it one? Yeah, one shiny
rich.
gold coin. Not as rich as we were earlier, but I get your sort of, you know. I like your enthusiasm,
Not
Guybrush.
responsible for stains left on clothing.
This is the Stream Baby Support Patrol. Looks like you're behind on your hello there's. Ah, well, you're going to have to try and use more. And then, yes, I do remember the agency thing. The whole talent agency being funny about the whole affair. But I suppose I must admit, when I spotted they were coming to Steam, I didn't remember it. So I just sort of accepted it at face value and went, yeah, that's fine. So I had no clue that something quite as drastic as him dying was behind the shift, but, you know, he probably should have just accepted and embraced the future of games.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
Yes, please.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny?
No, I don't think I do.
I dropped it in my grog and it melted.
Seems a very
Dog
plausible.
wilted it.
But
Well,
no,
now that is
that's-
a good
oh.
excuse. But I can't
Oh, I see.
give you
He's
your
got a little.
clothes without a
He's got an
claim
ear
ticket.
trumpet, so I think he's a bit deaf.
What do you know about Largo Legrand?
I don't know anything about cargo or contraband. I'm clean.
That's not what I said.
Who are you?
Sure, Sonny, I can get out stew. That's easy. I can also extract grog, spit, and swamp mud. That's because I'm Mad Marty. I'm mad about getting your clothes as clean as they can be.
I got a laundry type question.
Shoot.
Oh, you heard that bit.
Would you be able to get out ketchup?
Get out. Catch
Never
up.
underestimate the ability of
What do you
old
want me to
Japanese
do?
people to be dinosaurs.
no.
No, that's true. Even more so than most cultures, I think they are a little bit sort of. There does seem to be sort of quite a schism because I say this with no authority or understanding or knowledge, so pinch of salt, as is the norm. But there's obviously that strong sense of tradition in Japanese culture, whilst also being sort of technological pioneers and stuff. So I suppose it's inevitable that at some point those two mindsets are going to clash, and Judgment was almost a casualty of said clash.
I got a laundry type
Yeah.
question.
I want to ask more
Shoot.
questions about laundry.
Do you do alterations here?
No, that would be a tailor, not a lawn.
Alterations? You mean change the numbers on your food stamps?
No,
You got
that's-
some nerve.
So there's
I'm
nothing
sorry.
like what I asked, sir.
Oops. I thought I wanted to talk to you, but I don't.
Okay. I kind of want to use that line in real life, perhaps, at some point. Just, oops, I thought I wanted to talk to you, but I don't. Anyway, let's check out this next ship. I think we've been in there, because that's the restaurant, the Bloody Lip, it would seem. That's the woodworkers. And then here is, I don't know. Interesting. Was there a little... I suppose... Oh no, it's classified as an alligator, so I would have known it was an alligator. I don't know enough about the country to say for sure. No. Corporate culture as well, yeah. Okay, guest registry, innkeeper, bell. I mean, you know for a fact I'm about to ring the bell, don't you? So there's the rope. Pick up the rope? Can I pick up the alligator, I suppose, is the most important thing. I'm fiddling
It's
around with the
securely
rope.
fastened.
Ah, darn it. Okay. Well, let's pick up the alligator instead. But I suppose if the rope's securely
I
fastened.
could lose a finger doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've technically got 9 more. And then you've got 9 fingers and a crocodile. Or alligator. And you know what? I'd probably choose all of my fingers as well, really, but still. Oh, I'm just going to thieve the bell instead.
I get away with
yeah, no, I meant to say use
Be
the
with you in a second.
Okay, that's fine.
Be with you in a second.
Hey, buddy.
Be with you in a second.
Do you get alligators this close to salt water? I don't know. It's possible. Distinctly possible, but I don't think this game really cares much for
Yes,
realism.
But that dang Largo eats like 30.
Okay, use
I
it?
have to have a room first.
Okay, fair enough.
You're supposed to leave these things open.
Well, I want to close it. God damn you, Guybrush.
Excuse me.
You're always
I'd
so
like a room,
contrary.
Sorry, we only have one and it's full.
Darn it all. But I'd like
Excuse me. I'd like a room, please.
Sorry, we only
So
have
I think on this
one and it's
occasion,
full.
belligerence is not going to win the day. But you never know. Opening this door and just stomping
right
my way
there.
in. No,
That's
okay.
a private room. No going up there.
Well, luckily, I am a Sergeant Major, which means I'm allowed in that room. Okay, I don't know we're going to get any further here. They are freshwater only. Oh. Well, I mean, difficult to know for certain, but that might be freshish. Look at the ship. I think. Oh, no, I've just gone to the ship. Fair enough. I feel like there is now. I wonder if it's more obvious in the past, but maybe it's just not available just yet. No? Okay. Maybe something we can deal with later, or maybe I have to go round here, question mark? Can I get over there? Can I do... Ah, we can get to a window here, so that might be quite useful. That's knocked out. Anyway, let's have a look at this window. Oh! Ow. That wasn't my best landing or maneuver. But, you know, vichyssoise.
It's a cold potato and leek soup.
Damn.
It's too heavy.
Too heavy, okay. But can I steal this knife? Will the chef notice? No, the chef has not noticed. Well, look at the canned goods.
Cans of fruit cocktail.
Okay.
I hate fruit cocktail.
Well, I didn't actually ask you to sort of... You know, I don't necessarily want you to eat it. I just want you to pick it up.
I hate fruit cocktail.
No, okay, you hate fruit cocktail. Okay, Guybrush, that's fine. We shall have a look. Look at the cook.
He looks really into his cooking.
I'm cooking at a looking.
Don't bug me. I'm cooking.
Okay. Somehow, with my limited objects, use the knife to
would
cook.
kill me if he saw me use a knife like that.
Yeah, okay. I think... Oh, stove. Pick up the stove? No, I don't think picking up the stove is a wise
But it
idea.
weighs
But still,
half a ton.
yeah. Open
no
the
cook.
stove? No, okay, no, fine. Close it?
I'm no cook.
Okay. Use
I'm
it?
no cook.
No, I didn't think you were a cook.
The fire's out.
Ah, the fire is out. Is there a way to light the fire, perhaps? Get the
It's too
vichyssoise
heavy.
on.
It's a cold potato and leek soup.
Yes, but is it meant to be cold? That's the key. I know gazpacho is meant to be cold, whereas leek and potato I feel is one of those soups that's meant to be hot. Right, have we been in there? Oh no, oh right, that's the woodworkers. So let's just...
What a dinky little door.
Yeah, okay, let's go in there then, because I think this is new. Yes, it is! It's Wally! He is a
Reminds
character
me of
that
the
pops
dollhouse I
up
once had.
frequently.
I mean, my sister once had.
Of course.
It's too small.
I do wonder, I think that's like, I mean, again,
It's a pile of blank paper.
it's a bit like the suggestion of alligators being there when they shouldn't be. This game is not necessarily the world's most sort of accurate of representations, but I do wonder
Nice map.
because I don't think they ever address the idea of a sister in the past. Yep.
Where's my monocle?
I
Can't
don't
see a
know.
thing without me monocle.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Where is that thing?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's now
I
pick up
swear I put it right
pick up the
here.
cartographer.
I'm not dressed for wrestling.
No, it's because I think it's unwise to
Poor
pick
guy.
up the
I hope I
cartographer.
didn't lose it.
Oh,
excuse me.
I almost feel
Who's
bad,
there?
but
I can't see
yeah, no,
anything without
I
my
need it,
monocle.
so probably I need it anyway. Lechuck busting stud. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Guybrush Threepwood, LeChuck busting stud.
Uh-huh.
Come on, you must have heard of me.
I'll never be able to afford a new one.
Excuse me.
Who's there? I can't see anything without my monocle.
Excuse me. Do you know
I
anything
may
about
need to
Big
give the
Whoop?
monocle back. I may
Uh-oh.
have been a
Who
little bit
sent you
too
here? I should
too
warn
excitable
you,
about
I'm heavily
stealing
armed.
it. No, you look quite easily sort of weak-armed. In fairness, little tiny arms. The IRS.
Nobody sent me. I'm freelance.
You better not try for my files. All my research on Big Whoop is in there.
Oh, where are your files?
Can I see your files?
Actually, there's not anything in them. I haven't really
You
been able to find
lied
out
to
much
me.
hard information. What do you know about it?
Can you get some soft information?
I know it contains unimaginable wealth.
Of course.
You mean
That's
you
why
never
I want
heard
it.
of the 4 men who buried it?
No.
No.
Go.
Tell me all about it.
Tell me about
Well,
Big
all
Whoop.
anyone knows for sure is that there was a shipwreck. The merchant vessel Elaine went down in a terrible storm.
Elaine?
Only 4 crew members survived. They washed up on a remote deserted island. Some say its name was Inky Island,
Not
but I
quite.
don't believe that.
Close, but not quite.
But what is Big Whoop?
Whatever it was so wonderful, or so horrible, that they never wanted anyone else to find it. So, they took the map they made of the island and split it up among the 4 of them, and they all went their separate ways.
Well, I think we've now got a game. 4 parts. We have to go and find them.
Where are they now?
Well, I don't even know their names.
Well,
I'd
that's
go look them
disappointing.
up at the Fat City Library if it weren't for this stupid Largo embargo. Of course, it could just be an old legend, but if I could just see the map of that island, I bet I could recognize the shape of the land and track it down myself.
Well, you're not going to be able to see it at the moment because,
My name's Guybrush.
you know,
Who are you?
I stole your
Wally. Wally
stole
B.
your thing.
Feed. At your service.
monocle. I stole your monocle.
I have some questions about Scab Island.
Why? Thinking about moving here?
Not particularly, but you know,
Actually, I'm trying to get off it as soon as possible.
Good luck.
if there wasn't
The
an it
sailing
in that
embargo
sentence, he would have
Largo's
just gone.
imposed
I'm trying
on
to get
Scab,
off
it's
as
hard
soon
to
as
get
possible.
anywhere, which doesn't help my business, let me tell you.
You know anything about this Largo guy?
He's just the local hood, shakes down everybody in town. Nobody comes or goes from Scab because Largo makes them pay through the nose.
Yeah,
Stole
tell
all
me
my
about
gold,
it.
yeah. Stole all my riches. Damn bastard.
Where's the governor's mansion?
There is no governor on Scab. This is an anarchist cooperative of pirates, cutthroats, and other criminals. A haven for roughnecks and rebels like me. The only authority on this island is that bully Largo.
I'm looking for some room and board.
Well, I hear there's a new chef down at the Bloody Lip. And the Swamp Rot Inn has all the comforts of the sea. But I think Largo's booked the whole thing.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
lowdown.
yeah. I need to figure out
Anytime.
how to get in that room.
What exactly do you do here?
He's a cartographer,
I'm a
Guybrush.
cartographer.
It means he
You do
fiddles
open
with
heart
maps.
surgery in here?
No. I'm the
No, I think that's a
map-making
cardiologist.
sort of cartographer.
Oh,
Only says he's used maps. We've used several maps, Guybrush. You can't say that.
what kind of maps do you make?
Every kind a pirate could need. My eyes have seen the whole world. And there's not a part of it I haven't put down on paper. Maps are very, very important.
No. I think you're suitably pirate and man to never ask directions, surely.
I'm sure they are.
We'll agree.
Well, goodbye.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. And out we go.
How am I supposed to work?
I don't know, but, you know, I've now got your monocle, and I will put it to some use. This is an age-old one where I don't know whether he's actually going to be willing to do it at this point, but there you go.
Yeah.
You may be wondering, why in the world did you put spit on paper? Trust me, at some point it will become quite clear why I decided to put the spit on the paper. The fundamental you need to know is I require spit on paper at some point in the not too distant future. Other guy, I can just talk to him.
Could I buy some wood polish?
That's 1 piece of 8. Anything else?
I'd like to look around a bit.
I just want my wood polish, please. I think I can buy more stuff from him, but for now, I'm going to just do what I'm told. I'm a master at doing what I'm told, in fairness. So he wanted me to polish his wooden leg, and I'm going to go polish his wooden leg. Gonna polish it real good. See if he... I said, right, I can do that. That's fine. On the wooden leg. There you go.
Thanks.
Polish that
Here's
real
a piece
good.
of 8 for your trouble.
Yeah. I just made a piece of 8 again. Could have possibly avoided using the wood polish in the first place, but then again, maybe, just maybe, some kind of wood polish will come in handy. You never know your luck. We may get... Right, I think what we want to do is pop back here, and I believe there is a rest of the island. I might be mistaken, in which case I'm going to struggle, but no, rest of the island. There's a beach. There's a peninsula. There's a cemetery. I don't know if we really want to go to the cemetery. And there's a swamp. I think there's a very daft section in the swamp. Go to the beach first. Why not? Let's explore the beach. Oh, a stick. Pick up the stick. Yeah. You never know when a stick will come in handy. I could beat a man upon the head with a stick. Steaming weenies, 20 something. Oh, pick up the sign. Always not quite doing.
Pick that up.
Not quite doing the right thing. Look at the
weenies,
sign.
20 feet.
Okay, you never know. Maybe at some point we're going to get some steaming weenies. Let's talk to Fink and Bart. Bart and Fink.
He's back.
I am. I've got some more stories for you.
How's the pirate biz?
Horrible. The sailing embargo has all of us.
Have a look at the
pirates
marshmallow in the
landlocked.
past.
We
So
can't go
honestly,
about our
that
business.
marshmallow in the past,
Some of us tried pirating on
I think looks a
land,
bit better.
but it just didn't feel right.
Because it looks weirdly fluffy in the future. Like, almost like it's not a marshmallow. Because it's got quite rough edges. Whereas in the past, it actually seemed
Tell me about this Largo
quite
guy.
good.
A two-bit thug.
Looked a lot more
Nothing but a
marshmallow.
low-down weasel.
Okay.
So why don't you kick Largo off the island?
Yeah, come on, we can
Well,
form a group of
we
pirates
But he
and
was
boot him
very
away.
close to Lechuck.
But LeChuck's
Bit too
gone
close,
forever.
some people
I
say.
heard they never found his body.
But he didn't really
That's
have a body in the
because
first
I blew it
place.
into 1,000 pieces.
He was a ghost pirate.
Oh no.
Hence
Not
why his
this
name was
story
Ghost Pirate
again.
LeChuck.
Ever tell you about the time I kicked LeChuck's butt?
It felt appropriate.
Godbrush. Besides the fact that we'd all rather die than hear that
mean, we could-
story again.
We could
There's
arrange that.
another reason you shouldn't go spreading that story around.
Largo Legrand is back on Scab. He
And
used to
he's
be
supposed to be what?
LeChuck's right-hand man.
He seems
Don't
quite
wanna get
living
Largo on
for,
your bad
for
side.
being LeChuck's right-hand man. So, I don't think that's true.
What's this about an embargo?
The Largo embargo.
Well, it's not really an embargo. It's a tax on ships coming or going.
But it's a huge tax that no captain on this island can afford.
Including Dread.
That fool Largo doesn't know when to stop. He can't take more from us than we have.
I think he's going to give it a damn good go.
Any idea where I could hire a ship?
You'll need to go to the far side of the island. And
I'm
there,
assuming it's probably the
you'll
peninsula.
meet a man named
Stan, please don't be
Captain
Stan. Oh, it's
Dread.
Captain Dread, okay.
Yikes. Sounds
does.
intimidating.
Not really, once you get to know him.
Of course, he can't take you anywhere until Largo lifts his sailing embargo.
So that strikes me as the first,
Any marshmallows left?
the first goal.
Marshmallows? We don't have any marshmallows.
Okay, what's that on your
What's that
stick?
white puffy thing on the end of your stick?
It's the stuffing or under my eye patch.
We're just sterilizing it.
We're pirates, Guybrush.
So
not
maybe,
Girl Scouts.
just maybe, that's actually more accurate in the future than I gave it credit for. But there you go. But then again, without it looking like a marshmallow, there would have been no reason to ask about it being a marshmallow. So it should look still more marshmallow in the future.
Do you guys know any piratey songs?
Yeah, go on.
Sure. Fink here knows a
Sing me a
million.
pirate song,
Go
buddy.
ahead, Fink.
Yeah.
Sing that one about Scab Island.
Oh, all right. Well, I'd rather be a pirate on Scab than a scab on a pirate. And if you'll listen to me gab, I'll tell you why I admire it. Oh, the people aren't too friendly, the weather's not the best. The lodging's too expensive and Largo's quite a pest. But the thing I like about Scab
It's about as
is
good
what it
as my
hasn't
efforts.
got.
It's
No
not
mayor
great.
or police force, and no jail in which to
I think the big issue
That was
is, of course, the fact that he's singing a different song, a different tune to the one in the background, which I realise is something I'm often guilty
I'll
of
see you salty dogs later.
when trying to
That
sing.
reminds me.
Partially because I'm usually off the beat of the song in the background, and partially because, of course, sometimes there's a different song stuck in my brain. But nonetheless, yeah, it was quite inventive lyrics, shall we say, but not optimal
Looks
singing.
closed.
Nope, no, it's already closed, so open the door.
This door appears to be locked.
Dang it. But I wanted hot weenies. I wanted steaming weenies. Why can I not get my steamy weenies? My steenies. Don't deny me my steenies. Let's go to the swamp. We'll just sort of work through the island, going from place to place. Oh, the International House of Mojo. Yeah.
International House of Mojo.
We are going to require the International House of Mojo, because that is, of course, the Voodoo Priestess. Yeah, let's have a go, sailing through the swamp. And I don't know how far we'll get, but I do feel like I vaguely remember this. Oh no, okay, no, different swamp maybe I'm thinking of, different swamp. Let's have a look at the shack. Up we go. Maybe, yes, there we go. I've been eaten by a skull. Pick up the string, of
I'll just take a
course.
Display model. It appears to be bolted to the table.
That's because she knew you were coming, Guybrush.
No thanks. I don't need it. I don't think I'm qualified to
you know
handle
what?
them.
You
And
don't
anyway,
know.
They're gross.
You don't know what you need. And yes, I do have a little bit of string in. Excellent. Do, 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 do. Let's carry on, and hopefully we can find our Voodoo Priestess. Hello, Voodoo Priestess. Oh, I've unlocked some concept art. Unexpected, but I'll take it. Do I know you from somewhere? She was the Voodoo Priestess that helped you in the last game, you fool.
How's business?
Very good. Many hexes this week.
Excellent to
Saved
hear.
many people from the evil eye. Made many pieces of 8. Although Largo took most of them.
That Largo. We need to deal with that man.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
He's a weak little man who bullies this whole island around. Most people are afraid of him because he was once LeChuck's right-hand man.
No, I still don't
LeChuck's
believe that.
history. I got rid of him myself.
True evil can never be destroyed completely. You will see.
There's no possible chance that that LeChuck's here. They wouldn't have named the game LeChuck's Revenge if he was in it.
Why don't you just put a curse on Largo?
I've tried. My most powerful magic lies in voodoo dolls. But to make an effective doll, I need some items from Largo's person. And no one's brave enough to go get them.
Well, I'm stupid enough, and that must count for something.
What kind of ingredients do you need for the doll?
Are you willing to help me make one?
Of course.
Maybe.
To make it work, you need to bring me some personal artifacts of the victim. One from each of the 4 basic voodoo groups. Something of the thread, something of the
Clothes,
head,
hair.
something of the body, and something of the dead.
Hey, That almost rhymes.
And that last one was slightly creepy.
I need a piece of Largo's clothing.
Told you.
And a lock of hair will do for the head. Bring me a sample
We can
of
try and get
fluid
that.
from his body and from his dead relatives.
You were wondering why I picked up his spit.
Here, take the shopping list.
Because I already know how to build a voodoo doll.
have any of
Or at least
those
I know bits and
ingredients with
pieces. Again, much like... oh, there you go. I have some of his spit. I'll bring them later. I'll gather them all and then start sort of dishing them out to you. Oh, hello!
Pirates of old, defend our cause!
Defend the cause! The cause are quite the band. If I could remember a cause song, sing it.
Hello there.
But I can't remember a cause song, so I can't. Monkey, 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 monkey island. Monkey
Hello there.
Monkey Island. Hello there. General Mellow, General Jimmy. Make sure we say
Hello
that.
there.
Hello there. Oh no, that I think. Yeah, no, he was finished. Okay. I was slightly concerned he'd gone off with sort of having fucked it up. But welcome, Mr. Mellow Miniatures. Welcome. Let us do. Okay. I'm always slightly scared by doing that, but I haven't done. I can't remember how to do it now. Is that, no, I don't think that's it. Or is it? I can even remember how to do shit. I've not done one in quite some time. Oh, it's SO, isn't it? That's the one. SO, and yeah,
it's
Mellow
pink.
Miniatures. It's pink. It is, you know. It's pink. Mellow Miniatures. There we go. I couldn't remember if I'd set it to be shout out or SO.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew, then his apprentice killed him in his sleep.
Can't quite tell what that model is, but looks quite an interesting one. I'm assuming some kind of gun in hand, but possibly a blade of some kind. Anyway, it looked like quite an interesting model. How are you, Mr. Mellow Miniatures? Are you doing well? How are you, Mr. Little Jimmy? I say Mister. You don't have to be Misters. Everybody's a Mister if you try hard enough. Welcome, Corvus. Welcome, Little Jimmy. Welcome anybody else who was joining on Pon said Raidingtons. It's a Metal Cyberman from the Doctor Who game. I see. Fair enough. I would not have been able to tell that from the sort of the size of me. It's not the size of your shout out. It's how you use it. Doo-doo. Doodly-doo. How am I? Not bad. I'm playing Monkey Island, so to a certain extent, all is reasonably good. So let's have a look around these tombs, graves and bits and pieces and bats. Bats, bits, bobs.
Warning. Quarantine tomb. Inhabitants died of green
Only a
tongue
mister
fever.
when I'm too close to a window. Sorry,
Warning.
what was that saying?
Quarantine tomb. Inhabitants died of green tongue fever.
Probably shouldn't have gotten quite so close, but never mind, I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't often get Scouse Darth
The Ricketts.
Plaguey.
No trespassing.
Okay, I will try not to trespass on the Ricketts.
Stan's Cozy Crypts. A place to spend
God
eternity.
damn it,
not a
Stan!
fortune.
You're supposed to be selling boats. What are you doing selling
The Quagmires.
coffins?
No trespassing.
Giggity. I don't think it probably wasn't a reference
Stan's
to that.
Casual Crosses.
Because
Graves
this game
that
is
don't need to dress up.
I want to say 1999, but I wanted to say that about the first game, and I don't think they both came out in the same year, so
The grave of the
maybe it was
unknown
maybe it was earlier than that, 1990? Don't know. Anyway, let's have a look at these graves up here, because somewhere, surely, we will find... Oh, no, maybe. Oh, don't know if I like that. I'm assuming this is probably going to be the grave I want, because it's the... Yeah. It's the only one with a grave that I can interact with.
He bred.
I see.
There once was a girl named Carrie who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed. She got buried.
Wow. That's one of the that's the second darkest limerick I've ever seen.
John Louise, not on land and not on water. John did whatever he did please until he kissed the gunner's daughter. here lies daredevil Jim McDowell. Hand of steel, leg of wood. Jim took every risk he could. A life of action, that was Jim's. Too bad he ran out of limbs.
Fantastic. Heard it as wet, not wed. I feel like that's going to change it
There once was a girl
substantially.
named Carrie who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed. She got buried.
She didn't get wet, she got buried. That's a very different sentiment. Anyway, we do want a piece of a dead Largo, or a dead Legrand, I suppose. Legrand, I think, being the surname. But yeah, being made creepier by the lightning that suddenly appeared. I can't imagine that's ever going to be a nip.
I swear on my grandfather's grave, something weird is going on.
You might be right. The lightning did lower my trousers. Do you know what? I wonder if they're going to mention the trousers
the
thing.
graveyard.
This is like the greatest scene ever.
Why are the bats making different sounds here?
Okay, so why
This is another thing we fought over. I thought the pants thing, I didn't think that was funny.
I think the pants
And you thought it was the best thing in the whole game.
I did. And I still do. I actually use this as an example sometimes when I'm
You
talking
used to
to
think
people.
was funny and now realize it's not funny?
No, it's like the pinnacle of humor. It's an untoppable moment.
But what, did he pull his belt off in order to dig? What? Why does that happen, Ron? Now tell us.
It's because the game requires different levels. If you got your sophisticated.
But why do his pants fall down? Did
and
he
you've
take
got
his?
your
Did he use his belt to dig? See, that would
See,
make
the
sense.
problem is you're trying to justify it too much. It's just funny. Just roll with it.
It's fantasy about pants falling.
It's just a stupid computer game, Tim.
Oh, see. I think that could have been a really deep moment. His pants fell for a reason. For example,
gravity.
He was digging up. You win. It's hilarious. But I never liked anything that was great. And like I was against the insult sword fighting. Remember, I was like, people are getting really mad. Well, for the beginning of the meeting,
He was very wrong
you were
about
like,
insult
"How
sword
about- I
fighting,
think it's
yeah.
too action oriented if we actually put sword fighting in there, because it was going to be like karateka, and it's like it's too action oriented. I think people would enjoy it more if it was just insults, which I realize now is a great idea. At a time, I thought we're going to get angry letters from people who want to use their sword. That but I saw the light eventually.
Well, that came from all that time we spent watching those movies in the media room at the main house. Was the way the pirates, verbally jousted with each other. It's kind
Yeah, I
of where
remember
that
you saying
came
that
from.
it was just what they said that was important, and that the sword fighting always seemed like kind of a background activity.
Here we go. As previously mentioned, I'm not always going to be playing the audio commentary. I was just curious if that section of audio commentary would mention the pants falling down, and it very much did. It was the perfect discussion. And I am very much with you, little Jimmy. I absolutely fucking love this game. It's why I'm it's why I'm able to do most of this game without thinking about doing this game. It's how I was able to preempt the whole picking the spit off the wall with a piece of paper, because I've played it so many times that a lot of the game I just remember. So who do we think is living in the houseboat? Unless this is Mr. Dread. I suspected Dread was on the opposite side of the island, but I must admit, a pirate named Dread, if he lives on a little houseboat, this is going to be slightly disappointing, but let's see. We'll find out. Who is in here? Ah, different sort of Dread. I didn't even consider that notion. I'm just going to have a look around, see if we can find anything else of interest. No, I think it is just Captain Dread. Let's have a look at him.
Are you Captain Dread?
Yeah, man, I'm Captain Dread. What can I do for you?
Ideally, I would like to
I need to charter a ship.
go off and
I can't
explore
charter you
different
my ship because
islands.
a while ago I lost my lucky sailing necklace. I called it my eye that has seen the world. I can't sail without it. No way, man. Besides, that mean
These
and nasty
people
guy
keep
Largo,
asking
he
me
has
for
an
things.
embargo on the island.
It's
No
like I'm in a
ships can
point-and-click
sail
adventure
in or
game.
out without his approval.
And
There's
every
no way
single
he would let
person
me
needs something from me that I can improvise and do something terrible with.
Tell me more about that necklace thingy you lost.
It happened some time ago. My navigator and I set sail for this legendary island. When we arrived, we were taken prisoner by cannibals.
Ah.
I escaped, man. But my navigator
Yeah, I
was
think
not
I
so
met your
lucky.
navigator.
All I found of him was one of his eyeballs. And I've kept it as a good luck charm.
I think your navigator's fine. I think I've met your friend. There you
I
go,
think
yeah.
I've met your friend.
Unlikely.
No, really, I really did.
Natty dreads.
Thanks, man.
I gotta run. Lots of treasure
I
hunting.
like the fact that it's just that.
Bye,
Natty
man.
dreads.
Come
Thanks.
again.
Okay, I probably will come again, but for now, gonna have to figure out some other bits and pieces. Because as much as I know I've literally just stated that I remember, I suppose, caveat, I remember a large chunk of this game. However, there are substantial chunks that I do not remember. So, you'll have to bear with it. Get out, can we, please? Oh, there's the path, right. I was going to say, surely there's a path here somewhere, but yes. Yes, there is, right. Is there anything else secretive on this island to find? Because otherwise, we have basically found all our locations. And as such, we'll have to go back to Woodtick and hope I can figure out... Oh! Yeah, maybe. Okay. Wasn't it a monocle? Oh! I mean, if it was, then I've got a monocle and can solve that problem. But then again, we've still got the embargo problem to go. So we'll worry about the embargo and then worry about the... whatever his sort of lucky charm was. Because I've already stolen the monocle off of what's
Everything looks all blurry.
Yeah, that's because you don't need that monocle. Anyway, so that's the bone, that's the voodoo shopping list, that's the stick. So I think, yeah, my next theory is I want to trap this rat and put the rat in the kitchen. So that the chef goes, there's a rat in the kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in the kitchen, what am I gonna do? So use the stick with the bot. Oh, actually, might...
That doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, okay, I think we're using stick and
I'm
rope.
too clumsy to hold the stick and tie a knot at the same time.
Okay. My theory has broken down.
That doesn't seem to work.
No, okay, fair enough.
Nice. It won't fit in my pocket.
No, I know it won't fit in your pocket, but what I'd like you to do... Maybe I need to use the bucket?
I don't think that'll work.
Maybe I need to use the bone.
That doesn't seem to work.
No.
That doesn't seem
No,
to
I
work.
just can't plain old can't use the bone. Whittle the stick?
That doesn't seem to work. My
Whittle the stick
scoutmaster
the other
would
one?
kill me if he
Yeah,
saw me
okay.
use a knife like that.
Huh. Well, there goes that theory. I wonder.
That doesn't seem to work.
No, okay, fair dues. Can I just take this
That
peg leg?
wouldn't be wise.
I mean, you say
That
that.
doesn't seem to work. Nice.
Nice peg leg. Huh. Well, there goes that theory. I'd need cheese anyway, wouldn't I? Not sure precisely how to get the cheese. Throw the cheese. Open box? You might be right. Oh yeah, there is an open box one. Yeah. That's the one, yeah. That's fair. I'd have probably gone there eventually. And then use the string with the stick. But, as specified, I do still need the cheese. Yeah. Oh, maybe... Do I need the... Yeah. Yeah, I must need the cheese, surely. Which makes me think... Cheese may be stored in the kitchen? Can't immediately think of an alternate way to store cheese. Not an obvious way, anyway. Not an obvious location for storing cheese. I suppose plausible that he'd enjoy soup.
It's a cold potato and leek soup.
Yeah, I don't think he'd enjoy that. Let's have a look. Canned goods. Nope. Stove. Nope. There's nothing here. It looks like there's no cheese for me. I don't think there's anything on
cans
this
of fruit
shelf.
cocktail.
Yeah, he's not interested in fruit cocktail. So cheese must be elsewhere. Assuming I do need cheese, of course. There may be an alternate. But for now... Yes, you're quite right. There is a lizard. And I think I know what I need to do. I need to free the lizard with the knife. Technically alligator, of course, strictly speaking. He is a little alligator. But now we use my knife. Use my knife against that rope. Here we go. Off he goes.
Hey, how'd old Pegbiter get loose?
It's because I let him go.
Before he catches somebody else.
Yes, I imagine you probably should. Well, we can solve two problems now, of course. Whoop, look at them.
Cheese
There you go.
squigglies. One of my favorites.
No, not strictly speaking, but you know, it's one of those ones where try and find the balance point, I suppose, is the key. If I'm properly hardcore stuck, then it's probably well worth sort of popping a suggestion
Pretty
in.
old.
But
I'd better not touch them.
that's
Looks like
kind of
somebody's trying to
after
grow penicillin.
after a couple of ums and ahs. There. Whoops.
into my room.
I thought it was my room.
Well, it ain't. So get the out of here.
Hey, sir, language, Timothy.
What are you doing in here again?
I want to find a thing. I was hoping I would find something there, sir. But apparently I'm going to have to leave and come back again another time. I don't know precisely what happens. We'll go get the rat first. Have I missed any crimes yet? It depends on your definition of crimes. I've got a loose definition of the word crime as a pirate. So let's put my cheese squiggles, or cheese squigglies in fact, into the box. And now what we want to do is back away from the box. You want the cheesy nibbles. Pick up the box. I'm assuming you pick up the box. Okay, no, fine. Maybe I've missed a point.
Nice.
Because if I open the box... Oh no, pick up the cowering rat. Excellent, there we go, I did get the rat. I wasn't sure whether I'd need to sedate the rat. But that age-old question. I wasn't sure I would need to sedate the rat. And on this occasion I did not need to sedate the rat, luckily. But there you go. I captured a rat. I don't think that counts as a crime. This is probably a crime against food. Do I put it in the fishy swans?
This is a cold soup.
Yeah. Okay. Do I talk to you?
Excuse me. I can't concentrate with you talking to me.
Okay, that's fine. I think he's going to irate, but I still think I can exit. Oh, okay, no, fair enough. Fine. If you insist. Fine. We'll go out here, and then we'll pop down here, having put a rat in the thing. So, can I? I'm assuming I can somehow get the soup.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
And then there'll be a rat in my soup. Ah!
How's the stew tonight?
Yeah, it's a soup.
Stew?
Can I have soup, please?
We only serve gourmet chilled soups here.
I look forward to the
In fact,
gazpacho.
Our new cook has been working all day on a very special vichyssoise. Let me go see how he's doing.
Vichyssoise? I'm interested in your vichyssoise, sir.
How's the vichyssoise, Bernard?
Excellent, sir. Won't you have a taste?
I'm going to be slightly surprised when there's a rat in there.
Oh my God! What kind of demented recipe book are you using? You're fired.
Well, there we go. You asked if you've missed any crimes. No, you have not missed any crimes. We've just committed one right now. We got the chef fired.
Disgusting, filthy mess I've ever seen in my life. Look at all the hair. And what's this stuff? How am I ever gonna get rid of this junk?
Well, hopefully some of that junk is useful stuff for me.
Well, here's your soup.
I'm really not
I
that
don't know if
hungry.
I want the soup now.
Dang.
I've heard all that.
Hey, can you cook?
A little.
Damn straight.
How'd you like a career in the fast-paced world of pub food cuisine?
I think I'd
Are you
love
saying
that.
there's an opening in the kitchen?
Yeah. You interested?
Of course. Give me a week's wages.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Great. Job is yours. Here's a week's worth of wages. Now go strap on that apron and get to work.
Okie dokie.
And of course, the chef now won't care that much. Vichyssoise avec raters. Let's have a look at that bad boy. So I don't think there's anything else here.
The rat's been swimming in it.
I think it is just in order to get 421 pieces of 8. Yes. I'm a rich boy now, so I wonder, has Largo left at the building. I don't know. I feel like... I don't know if it's a case of just being quick, or whether there's something further I have to do when it comes to Largo being in the room. Let's try... No,
I don't want to steal his
yeah,
bell.
I don't want to steal
bad
the bell.
enough setting his alligator free.
I'll try ringing the bell. Can I pick up more cheese squigglies, or are you finished with cheese squigglies? Yeah, 'cause you never know when a cheese squiggly will come in handy.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Can I mean, I can use the cheese squiggles.
One of my favorites.
Can you actually eat the cheese squiggles? I'm assuming maybe somewhere along the line you perhaps can. If I went back in time, maybe I could use one of the sort of controls there to eat them, but okay. Pick up the toupee. Yeah, that's the ticket. Now I probably just want to leave. So I think it's either just getting...
It's already open.
Oh, okay.
It's empty.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's disappointing. Yeah, I get the impression it's possibly just
a bit on the tattered side.
time-based. Maybe.
I don't see anything special about it. Then again, I never really have understood art.
Okay. Well, he didn't turn up, so we got what we needed. That's the key thing. Yes, indeed it do. The crucial thing is that I've got a thing now. What things did I have? I have got myself a toupee. So, one from the future-y doodah, the dead people. Piece of his
There's
hair.
strange little white bugs all over it.
Ugh. And we also have a piece of his body.
It's Largo's.
Which means now we just have to figure out how do we get... Let's just
Great
double check.
recipes
It's
from the International House of
a piece
Mojo,
of his clothing,
page
isn't it?
139. On
Oh, which
Helen's
means that might
special
be in the
blue
room
doll
again?
mix. Something of the thread,
Maybe. We'll have a
something
look.
of the
We'll
head,
have another closer
something
look.
of the body, and something of the dead.
Do 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 doodle doodle doo dum doo. Yeah, let's have another look in the room just in case. But I feel like oh, I remember now. I remember this bit. Whoops. Oh,
It doesn't seem to stay closed.
oh, dang it. That's not what I thought. Okay.
It doesn't seem to stay closed.
Oh. No, that's fair. I think there's an extra thing I need to do. I'm just unsure. Look at the
Messy,
bed.
messy. Largo could be
Yes,
back any minute.
indeed. Look at the bed. The beddy bed. The bed. There's always room for a bed. But yeah, open the door again, I suppose.
Nice door.
Yeah, look at the door. Okay. So there must be something else that I can do
Only one
in
guest.
here. Let's see what happens. I know. Yes. I probably need a claim ticket somehow. Maybe, unless I can talk my way out of this situation.
I got a laundry type question.
Shoot.
No,
Actually,
I don't care about
nothing.
clean gloves.
I don't care about clean clothes.
I love the little
No, I don't
skull on
have
the back of the
wheat
coat.
loaves.
I didn't think you would. I'd like to
I
pick
want
up
to
some
some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny.
No, I don't have my claim ticket.
You don't have to shout at me.
I fear I do,
can
sir.
hear you.
I fear I do.
But I can't give you your clothes without a claim ticket.
Yes.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim
Where
ticket,
would
Sonny.
one get a claim ticket?
I must have left it in my other pants.
Why'd you trade it for chocolate-covered ants?
At the moment, no. I will try and either
I
utilise
wanted to talk to
memory
you,
or
but
work
I
it
don't.
out myself. For now, at least. Just sort of have a look around.
He looks nice enough.
Clean laundry. Look at the
It's
laundry.
sparkly clean.
Nice.
No ticket, no laundry.
I want your laundry, sir.
Not responsible for stains left on clothing.
Okay. So, once again, we could check the room. But I feel like we have pretty much covered the entire room when it comes to my doings. So, I wonder... We never met Kate, did we? Which is interesting. Let's use the registry.
I have to have a room first.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're supposed to leave these things open.
Well, not going to help me in this situation. It's possible we can meet Largo elsewhere now that we've triggered him to be in his room. So as I say, I'm fairly confident. The drawer is apparently already open.
It's already open.
Yeah. Close the drawer?
It's stuck open.
Oh, it's stuck open, okay. Look at the dresser.
It's a bit on the tattered side.
Pick up the styrofoam.
I don't like styrofoam. It's bad for the environment.
Look at the dressing.
Nice. I don't like to get naked in other men's rooms.
Well, I think you're missing out substantially, Guybrush, because one of the funnest things you can possibly do in life is get naked in another man's bedroom.
Then again, I never really have understood art. I'd better not touch them. It looks like somebody's trying to grow penicillin.
Well,
I'd better not touch them.
If
It looks
they're
like somebody's
successful.
trying to grow penicillin.
Okay.
They look pretty
Don't
old.
know why you got the double tap on the line there, but never mind. I definitely do feel like there was... Maybe it's later. Maybe I'm thinking too soon. But I do feel like there was something to do with the back of the door. So maybe... I feel like whatever could go on the back of the door would potentially bypass the need to get his laundry from the laundryman. But we shall see. Also, I'm pretty certain you can get the metronome at some point. I do wonder if the chef's going to be slightly angry at me for popping down here having not worked. Hey buddy, I know you sent me to the back room, but now I'm here. Oh, no, okay, we just go straight through. I know.
I had to go to the bathroom. Don't worry, I washed my hands.
Nice
I'm a
try,
professional.
but not good enough. You're fired.
Okay then, that's fine. I mean, it's awkward, but fine. I'm taking this metronome.
No thanks. Too many bad memories of piano lessons. Better leave it there. Don't want to hurt business.
I suppose we could just double check chatting with the barkeep. You never know. Because owing to the fact that he's half deaf and half blind, it might not necessarily be Largo's key that we claim form that we need. Could be that someone else's is sufficient. Do we think Wally could help? I don't think so in this situation. I'm slightly tempted to give Wally his monocle back because we could always steal it again.
Dang.
And I feel slightly bad for stealing
Reminds
in
me
the
of a
first place.
dollhouse I once had. It's too small.
Yeah, it's too small.
I'm such a dope.
Can I get another piece of paper? Why not?
Can't I do anything right?
Why not get another piece of paper?
Oh, shoot.
Maybe I could build
My mom would help me
own.
find it if she were alive.
Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Can't imagine that would help me.
For
but
crying out loud.
pick up that
I
map.
can't reach it.
Oh, well, go around the
I
back
hope
and
it
reach it.
didn't
then.
roll onto the floor. Nobody moves.
Again,
Hi, Wally.
I like the
Who's
idea
there?
of you can just
I
pick
can't
up
see
Wally.
anything without my monocle.
Is longitude the sideways one?
You know
or
what?
is
I
that
don't
latitude?
know.
I can never remember which is which.
It's so cute when you lay people try to understand geography. I could try to explain it, but it would probably just go over your head.
I'm thinking I'm fairly certain it's longitude, latitude. So I think longitude is along the bottom edge, and then latitude is the side edge.
You know,
But
I could
I
just
don't
sit
know.
and talk about maps all day.
Hey,
I've never
me
really
too.
dealt in longitudes and latitudes.
Is that all you do? Make maps?
Well, I do some restoration work too. I paste them together, recopy them.
That's more for
paint
when I
little
get the
cupids
4
in
pieces of map,
corners,
isn't it, really?
You know, artsy-fartsy stuff. Maps are very, very important.
I will believe you.
I'm sure they are. Well, goodbye.
Okie dokie.
Doo-doo. We were always told latitude is fatitude, so it goes round the middle. What a peculiar
I'm afraid to
way
walk around like this.
of thinking of it. But yeah. So does that does not match up with what I was thinking then. That's the opposite of what I was thinking. So I was mistaken, which means I would be lost if I was trying to... Whoops,
pounds and pounds of nails.
I need all of them. Oh, no, you don't. I need all of them. Get away from there.
Oh, dude. Let's talk to him for now.
Yeah?
I'd like to look around a bit.
Sure thing.
Okay, so there's nothing there. Can I offer you a large volume of gold for lots of stuff? Okay. Are you sure I can't buy your chair now? I suppose it's not for sale, is it?
It's not for sale.
At some point I do need those nails. Oh, there is a hammer on the wall as well.
Get away from there. It's not a toy.
I want to use your hammer. Oh.
I'm not holding it.
No, I was going to say, I didn't realise I was going to be able to sort of...
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm trying to steal your calendar.
Me.
Trying to steal your everything, sir. Push the woodsmith.
I don't think he'd like that.
Nah, he wouldn't, but talking to him might be alright.
I'd like to look around a bit.
Okay.
Sure thing.
No. Maybe any further interaction with the woodsmith is for later times. For the later times. Let's try wandering around the island a bit more, see if something crops up. As I say, I do feel like there's something where we might meet Largo somewhere. And that might trigger something. Let's go to the beach again. We'll just do another circuit of the island, and then if nothing crops up, then I might require some kind of hint towards it. Because at that point it will feel distinctly like I've tried everything. Which at the moment, I certainly haven't tried everything. I'd be tempted to try the voodoo shopping list and try to convince him that it's something else. Possibly the piece of paper. I haven't really got anything else.
If only I could use this stuff on my lines.
Yeah. I suppose it doesn't matter which one I talk to. You talk to both of them at the same time.
Back. I told ye, we don't have any marshmallows.
Well, I want one.
Do you guys know any more pirate
Is it
songs?
going to be the same pirate song, or is it going to be a different one?
Here's one about
lovely.
a pirate.
This is at least
his
worth
parrot,
something.
And a tragic day at sea.
Oh no.
You're not gonna sing Polly the Squawker lives in Davy Jones' locker, are ye? You know that would always
I was going to
makes
say,
me
it's going to be an
cry.
emotional one.
Sorry, Bart.
Oh. No, okay,
Well,
he refused
I'll
to sing
see
it.
you
That's
salty dogs later.
Do. Let's try opening the door. I might try my knife on the door, see if I can pick the lock, but if the return to Monkey Island has taught me anything, he does not know how to
This door appears
pick
to be
locks with a
locked.
knife. So let's try using...
My scoutmaster would kill me if he
Yeah.
saw me use a knife like that.
The Scoutmaster would not be happy. Wandering over there. No, nothing doing over there. Bye-bye. I do have a second thought, maybe to do with the Pirates of Low Moral Fibre, but I said I was going to do a circuit of the island, so I will do a circuit of the island, because I've also got a thought that it might have something to do with the Voodoo Priestess. And in the Return to Monkey Island, you do find out her name. She's remained nameless for all the games, just being known as the Voodoo Priestess. And then in the Return to Monkey Island, he says, "Oh, I don't think I've ever asked your name." And she says, "No, you haven't. What's your name?" And I would tell you, but I can't remember. It's nothing too astronomically spectacular, if memory serves. Can I... No, I can't pick up the skull.
To the table.
Oh, and I can't pick up any more string. That's fine. Oh, books. Never tried the books last time.
That stuff's way too technical for me.
Yeah, I feel like sort of baby's first colouring book is probably too technical for you, Guybrush.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
Yes. Can I do your washing?
Do
I
I
suppose
know
let's
you
let's
from somewhere?
explore all the dialogue options.
We often forget those who help us most.
We do?
It was I who told you how to do away with Lechuck. I told you where to find the voodoo antiroot
Yeah, see, I
and
don't think
how
you
to
did,
turn
but-
it into the powerful ghost-dissolving potion you needed.
Again, I'm not 100%
yeah, now
convinced
I
you
remember.
did. Because it was the cannibals that technically did that, but still.
Well, I'd like to have my fortune read.
I see a hard road for you, Guybrush.
Most roads are
Things
hard,
didn't get
'cause they're
easy
often
for
made
you
of
when you
concrete.
defeated LeChuck, did they? People only
Although I suppose
wanted more.
back
You had
in
to keep
pirate
proving
days,
yourself
they're probably more
over and
dirt
over.
tracks.
The pressure kept mounting until
And I
you
suppose you
lost
could
it
argue
all.
that trade
Your
routes were the
fame,
roads of the
your
sea.
fortune,
And the sea isn't
one
hard,
love.
unless you hit it from a
Okay,
high enough
that's
distance.
enough.
Well, let's hand in the
that
voodoo
voodoo
doll
doll?
bits, just in
Have you
case
brought me the
something
ingredients?
crops up.
I have his toupee.
Not quite a part of his head.
Close enough,
but
though.
Maybe I can get some scalp fragments
See,
from
this is what
it.
Guybrush is all about. Close enough is
Have
good
you
enough.
brought me any other ingredients?
Yes, I have some
I
spit.
have some of his spit.
Excellent. You may keep the paper.
Ah,
Have you
thank
brought
you.
me any
Excellent.
other ingredients?
I've always wanted spit encrusted
I have
paper.
the bone of his grandfather.
I bet you do.
Do you have the final ingredient?
We're having a slight
bring it
issue
later.
with that one.
Good.
Guybrush and me sound alike. Really? You are a lucky person. Or is it just in a general sense? Because I adore the voice of Dominic Armato for Guybrush. He is phenomenal. I've said it a few times now, but hey, you can't say it enough times. He was the perfect voice of Guybrush Threepwood. Brilliant. Ah, close enough is good enough. Yeah, that's fair. That is a general one. That is rule one of the Guybrush life choices. If it's approximately right, it'll do, won't it? That's why I think it's this one that has one of my favourite gags of all time. I won't spoil it, but there is this sort of idea of I think it's the anti-hangover potion, and it is it's magnificent as a joke. As I say, I do look forward to the point where we get. I think it's this game. I could be mistaken. It could be one of the later ones. Right, I don't feel like there's anything we can do on this houseboat, but I'm going to wander down and see. Find out what we can do. Maybe you need something. I suppose we could try this monocle idea. Try giving him the monocle.
Would you like my monocle?
Thanks, man. This'll do just fine for me
There
lucky
you go.
sailing necklace.
Did count.
What can
It
I
is
do for
it
you?
is a sort of I suppose.
Why can't I charter your ship?
As I say,
Like I
technically
said
the embargo
before, man,
thing
Largo has an
still,
embargo on the island.
still locks the ship down, so it doesn't make too much difference.
I gotta run. Lots
But
of
it's
treasure
good to get
hunting.
it out of the way, I suppose.
Okay. Bye, man. Come again.
So yeah, that was it for the houseboat. Okay. Oh, there's still no.
I am Murray, the all-powerful demonic skull.
Yes, Murray is possibly one of the greatest characters ever created. In fact, I think the creator himself sort of acknowledged that by using Murray in Return to Monkey Island, despite obviously timeliney, whiny stuff, means he shouldn't technically have appeared there, because I think he appeared in the third one first. Oops.
Welcome to Woodtick.
Didn't quite
No
mean to
treads
double
or
click that.
hunting zone.
Right, so I either have my solution or it's even more odd and esoteric than I thought. So we will try some items and hope for the best.
What is it this time, Fly Brunch?
It's Guybrush.
What are you guys doing up there?
We're performing.
That's right, performing. In our current work, we portray man's response to global environmental issues of a changing world.
How come you have to perform on that ledge?
To show the precarious nature of the situation.
That's good.
So to speak.
He is a magnificent bullshitter.
I think you're overlooking the potential symbolism to be gained by your closeness to the Earth.
But...
All right, you got us. we're really up here because...
Well, we're afraid to come down.
What?
What's the word for it, Frank?
Ooh, groundophobia. Stupidity. I think I like that as an answer. Terraformophobia. That could be an actual thing. Groundophobia and dirtophobia I doubt. But terra firma certainly sounds sufficiently Latin to not end up, but stupidity is my favourite
It's the opposite
answer.
of acrophobia. Something like orcaphobia.
I feel like that's the, fear of killer whales. I would suggest that as well.
Fear of killer whales?
Say what you will, we're not coming down.
See you later.
We can scarcely contain our anticipation.
Okay, it's fine. Right, so... Yeah, so I do now have spitting crusted
It's
paper.
blank and kind of soggy. Something of the thread,
Okay,
something
so
of the
I can't
head,
actually use
something
that.
of the body, and
I
something
did wonder
of
if
the
that was
dead.
going to be enough to trick him.
What would I do with that?
Oh no. Let's have another conversation.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
But I feel like I definitely
Have your
need the claim ticket.
Sonny.
It was stolen.
Taking it bowling was a dumb thing to do.
It's fantastic.
I'd like to
I'm just
pick
going
up
to go
some
through the dialogue at this point.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny.
Mom threw it out when she cleaned my room.
What? You beat your mom with a broom? You should treat her better than that.
I know. I 100% agree.
I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny.
I lost it while being keel-hauled.
Your dog got mauled? What does
It's a-
that have
it's
to
a
do with a
tragic
claim
time.
ticket?
Oh, never mind. I'd like to pick up some clothes.
You have your claim ticket, Sonny.
No, I don't have my claim
So
ticket.
we've
You don't have
exhausted
to shout at
our
me.
dialogue
I can
options.
hear you, but I can't give you your clothes without a claim ticket.
Oops. I thought I wanted to talk to
Where
you,
would
but
one
I don't.
find a claim ticket? I feel like I have been across the entire island, which is interesting. But there you go. There must be something more that I need, but I am not sure what it is. Try ringing that bell, just for funsies. A fun ringing of the bell. We're in this room again.
Largo could be back any minute.
Yes, he could.
Largo could be back any minute. I'd better not touch them. It looks like somebody's trying to grow penicillin. Nice.
I wonder if I need to just wait. I don't know. I don't think this is a solution. But I must admit, I feel exhausted. Exhausted in my doings.
That doesn't seem to work.
I don't think it would, but you know what? Sometimes
I don't want to dull the blade.
you just have to put stuff.
I don't think that'll work.
Put stuff in the thing. We couldn't
That
tie
doesn't seem to
string.
work.
Yeah, we couldn't tie string to a bucket. But I'm assuming the bucket has some
just a bucket.
significance. Or it is just a bucket. Do. I'm go. Oh, hello. Okay.
I
Now,
was just leaving.
damn it. Now,
I thought I told you to get out!
Now I'm curious if I was a fraction of a second away from being patient enough to get that to work the way I was expecting it to work. So I guess now we've got to go back in and find out if I was a fraction. Because I thought, oh no, okay, he's got, oh, maybe I need to leave a little bit more. I think maybe we need to leave the stairway, perhaps. I don't know precisely how far out I need to go to get him to leave, but we'll try. We'll try just, we'll go into Wally's shop and then hope for the best. Because I think we got this far last time. Right, Wally's shop.
I'm stuck here forever.
I know, it's unfortunate, but... I can't help you, Wally, I can't help you. I needed it. And as Guybrush Threepwood, my needs are more important than anybody else's needs. Do 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 do. Okay, he's now gone. So I'm going to try closing the door. And now.
I don't like to get naked in other men's rooms.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So it's because I keyed up 2 bits of dialogue there. I don't like to get naked in other men's bedrooms. Nice. But I don't think the door's going to make much difference. But we'll just... This time I'm going to give it a good couple of minutes. Just to make sure. And I don't know whether I'm suitably hidden. Or not suitably hidden. But there is something in my mind. But I don't know whether it's now or later. So we're just going to have to sort of wait and see if something happens. Now I'm doubting if I want the door open or closed. Maybe I want the door open after all. And now I'm going to find myself going, oh, I want to open that door. And then I'm going to trigger the entry point again. Do, 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 do. Oh, there, oh, okay, no, he just found me. Okay, so maybe there's no doing that, but there is definitely a thing. So the fact that he's there makes me wonder, can we now somehow, because there is, oh, there's the look. No, look at the, no, okay, we're in there. Oh, there's something. There's like one of those things missing, I think. And I just don't know what that one thing is. So yeah, as far as I can tell, there's not anything there. But in fairness, if I leave... How far do I go with him staying in the room? Because I left the hotel. Does that mean he's now gone?
What
no,
are you
okay,
doing
he is still
in here
here.
again?
Blast. You might have to put me out of my misery and just tell me the solution on this one, because I am definitely struggling on precisely how to get here. Because I seem to... There's definitely something where I think you possibly look in the porthole or something. Somewhere on the line. I think you trigger him to put... You trigger him to put something in there. Oh, that's the significance of being able to close the door. Yes. Now, do you need to actually fill the bucket? Or... Oh, I think he's still in the room, isn't he? I need to go elsewhere. Yeah, you're still there. Yeah, that's fine. But yes, now it's been pointed out, I think I do recall it. But as I say, I don't know if I need to... The closest thing I could possibly do would be go get some swamp, but... Oh, yeah. Yes. Because obviously we do... Whoopsie doodles, that's not what we wanted. I managed to just click that little bit too far right and managed to knock the screen off the side and therefore miniaturise it, which was slightly awkward. So, swamp. There we go. Get a bucket of swamp water, or swampy mud. Swampy mud. I've now got myself a bucket of swampy mud water. That's what we like to see. Right, let's go and deal with this situation. Do 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 do. And I think, yeah, can't remember. I think it might turn up in the drawer, but we shall see. So I'm thinking what we just do is close. That good enough?
I think I hear Largo coming.
Hey, what the
There
hell?
we go.
What's going on?
He now has muddy clothes,
Whoever did this is
and
gonna
therefore, do I need to get out? No,
pay.
that's
I
fine.
can't get this thing off my head.
I think eventually you'll get it off your head, mate. But the key thing
When
is
I
you've
get
got
this
muddy
thing
clothes.
off my head, somebody's gonna be real sorry.
No, I don't think I'll be that sorry. Excellent.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
You
He looks
definitely
pretty
should have done
steamed.
that. Yeah, it's fine. He'll never know it was you, Guybrush. There's no way he will ever find out, and he won't mind if I steal his clothes. No, sorry, I will steal his clothes. Yes, indeed. Gonna thieve his clothes when I get through. So I'm thinking there might be a cutscene. There you go.
Marty.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Look, I want it free, and I want it tonight.
Party tonight? Sure, I'll come.
I'm talking about getting my laundry.
Don't worry about me. I've been dry for 3 years.
I said I need it back tonight.
What? Yeah, we'll stay out all night.
This is useless. You tell them I'll be back to pick it up, or else.
I'll give it my damnedest go, sir. I don't think you actually have to tell him, but I'm going to try and engage in conversation. No,
Oops.
that's fine.
I thought I wanted to talk to you,
But
I don't.
No, he's quite right. It was a mistake talking to Marty. I think what we need to do now... I mean, it might just be there. I don't know if we need to trigger something extra or it's now just in the drawer. Because I feel like it's going to be in the drawer. If it's not in the drawer, then I basically feel like it's going to be on the back of the door. Because I knew the door had significance in some fashion. So it does look like there's nothing in that drawer.
It's empty.
Okay. Then in that case, I believe if you close the door, the ticket is on the back of the door. See, that's the bit I was remembering. The fact that there was something of significance on the back of the door. It's just, I couldn't remember. It's one of those ones where it was like, does he leave a coat or his trousers on the back of the door? There's somehow, some way that back of the door I knew led to get into his clothes, but the mud pit, the mudfall, just not quite in my brain. But anyway, now we can just use the laundry ticket. Here you go,
I'll
my
see
Marty.
what we have ready for Mr. Legrand.
He's a very quick
I know it's
laundry
here
man.
somewhere. I saw
That's a
it
nice
while
red coat.
ago.
Pair of dungaree type things.
Where was it?
I think that's the I found the treasure of Monkey Island,
here it
Melee
comes.
Island. Oh, a bra! Our boy Legrand wears a bra, apparently. Are we 100% sure, Marty? Are we 100%
Nice April
sure?
fresh scent.
Okay. Guybrush Threepwood. Close enough is close enough. Didn't expect that man to wear a bra. Jesus. Full of island gags today, isn't it? Mr. Chester Phoenix earlier on said, is it Malay Island? And you, is it Mellow Island? No, it's Melee. It's Melee Island. Where am I going? I can't remember. The House of Mojo. Or the International House of Mojo, specifically, I suppose. The Malay Island. The International House of Mojo. Right, I think win decision is I'm going to finish off this voodoo doll and then make a decision from there, depending on what I think. Because we might be able to complete the Largo embargo. Thought I had my own gaff there. An entire island dedicated exclusively to you. If only. Oh, God, it would be a... It's one of those ones where, once upon a time, I did have this sort of thing where it was like, a beautiful, happy place was my own little personal island with my own little personal house.
That will work.
It wouldn't be practical in real life because I don't think you'd get like decent broadband. But then maybe if you were living on a sort of a lovely desert island, you wouldn't care as much. Your time for sleep, nighty nighty night nights. I don't know why it came out as nighty nighty night nights, but good night, little Jimmy. Sleep tight, and do feel free to pop in next week, where we'll be continuing Monkey Island 2. You may very well become my walk-in, walk-through. But hopefully, we won't have too many more parts where it's like, I don't know, I do not remember it at all. But you never know with these ones.
Largo, yeah.
Yeah. We want to assassinate Largo, yeah. Woo!
Hey, that looks just like him.
I don't know if I fully agree with that, but, you know, it's nice.
Some of the ingredients were not the optimum specimens. It
Oh,
should
dear.
still work, but it will have a limited range.
Oh,
You
that's
will
not
have
great.
to get close to Largo.
Well,
Very close.
that shouldn't be a huge problem. Oh, I do have some needles. That was one of the extra things I was thinking to myself. Where am I going to get a pokey needle? Can I remember? But I must admit, it's interesting actually. The Voodoo shopping list. There's a very specific reason it's an item in your inventory. Now, I don't know. I'll perhaps try not to spoil it, but I'll put it this way. You have to remember the items so that you can utilise that recipe again. Wood tick, I suppose. We want to find Largo. As I say, we'll try and finish the Largo embargo, which I think is basically going to be I need to get close to Largo and poke the pins in. I don't know for certain. But we'll give that a go. It feels like the most logical way to do the things. Do it well, do it now, and do it yes.
What are you doing in here? Get out of my room.
Wait.
Stay out.
There we go. Voodoo doll time, bitch. Oh.
Take that, you stumpy little dim-witted toad.
Yeah.
What? Who do you think you are?
I'm
poke you
Guybrush
again.
Threepwood. People don't always
Mighty
recognize me.
pirate.
Why I carry this.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tear you limb from limb.
No, you are not.
Why are you doing that?
I got me a
Largo
voodoo
Legrand,
doll.
you are a no-good, vicious two-bit thug. I command you to give me back my money and leave this island.
Ha! I already spent all your
That
money.
was a lot of money. How did
Well,
you
I
spend
command
it?
you to leave this island.
Just you try and make.
Hoi! Ho! Ho! You really are giving him the good stabbings.
That'll teach you to mess with the slayer of the ghost pirate Lechuck.
What's that? You killed LeChuck?
As
Yes,
a matter
I
of fact,
did.
I did. Quite an interesting
I
story, actually.
am Guybrush
Fortune
Threepwood,
teller said she did in
mighty
LeChuck.
pirate.
She did she? Does she have one of these?
Is that?
Yes, LeChuck's beard. Still
You
alive.
carry that on your person at all
Let me
times.
see that.
Yeah, I feel like you probably
Oh,
shouldn't.
It is alive.
I feel like putting it down your
We've been
trousers
looking
is not a
for
good
living
idea.
piece of LeChuck for years.
And
Now
Guybrush,
we
I
can
think
bring
you've.
it back to life.
Yeah, you've.
Look out, world! The most fearsome pirate of all
Oh,
time will
Guybrush.
soon sail the seas again.
Well, I know I will, because you're going to lift the embargo and I'm going to get a lift from Captain Dread, but I guess the second fiercest
I'm
pirate
afraid
can be
it's
resurrected
true,
as well.
Guybrush. If they have any animated tissue, they can reanimate his whole body.
But I blew his body into a zillion gooey pieces.
But you
Not
kept the
his
beard,
body,
you fool.
Guybrush. You destroyed his spirit
Also, yes,
form.
it was
His
ghost
body was
spirit form.
safely buried far away.
But by now it must be...
Rotten? Partially decomposed? Yes. And I don't think that's going to make him any more pleasant to deal with.
He's gonna be looking for me.
Yes.
He's gonna try to kill me.
Undoubtedly.
Can you give me something to protect me?
He has magic just as strong as mine. Nothing I could
Well,
give
then that
you would
means
protect
yours
you,
would protect me,
but
surely, because it's just as strong.
There is a way out.
What is it?
You're doing it right now.
Fiddling with the change in my pocket?
Hunting for Big Whoop.
Oh, yeah, I was doing that, wasn't I?
Big Whoop isn't just a treasure. It contains the secret to another world. Find
Awesome.
that world, and you'll be able to escape LeChuck forever.
But I know so little about Big Whoop.
Take this book.
Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth. Where'd you get this?
I checked it out at the Fat City Library. I foresaw your need.
Gee, thanks.
I used your name when I checked it out, so be sure and return it when you're through reading. The overdue fines in Fat City are pretty steep.
I am slightly concerned about that. Yeah. Hopefully not steeper than 421 gold coins. Yeah. Right, I think we'll head towards Captain Dread, but we won't actually engage with Captain Dread. Because I think... Well... I know, I am very indecisive. It is a problem. I'll tell you, one crucial thing is I keep forgetting to save the game. And I don't know fully if there is an autosave in this one, which means saving is important. It feels like there should be an autosave. Let's see if load game. There you go, there is an autosave. And yes, they did just moments before I saved, it autosaved. As I say, let's try and finish the embargo thing. So I believe at that point what we want to do is talk to Captain Dread, who will give us access to all of the rest of the islands, which should hopefully trigger the next chapter, and then we'll do some Graveyard Keeper. Do, 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 do. Ooh. Why is this pathway so bloody windy? Very aggravating.
It's me again. So I see. What can I do for you this time, on?
I want to go exploring. Yeah, I need to charter a ship.
I need to charter a ship.
You're in luck, my friend. Rumor has it that Lago's been run off the island. So I'm now free to sail again.
Hell
Only
yeah.
problem is that you don't look like the type that has 20
Oh, I
pieces
do.
of
I
each.
have 421 pieces, yeah.
Well, man, consider me ship chartered.
Great.
Yeah.
Where's your ship?
You're standing in it.
I was going to say, it was a
Yikes.
boathouse, houseboat. Part 2, 4 map pieces, and I just earned the achievement, the Largo Embargo completed. Because apparently, and I genuinely didn't know this, apparently I've never actually played this game on PC. This version of the game on PC, I have played it previously. But somewhere along the line, this special edition, I have not played, which surprises me.
So, when are we gonna resurrect the old bloated fool? Oops.
I'll
ignore that comment just this one time.
Let's see what he looked like in the past.
Only because
I mean,
they tell me
it's a very,
you found Guybrush Threepwood.
very sort of accurate representation.
And I found him on Scab Island.
Very good. No one gets the upper hand on LeChuck without getting what he deserves. I want Guybrush brought to me, and I want him brought alive. I am entrusting this to you. Do not fail me.
Never, your voodoo lordship.
Aye. Guybrush Threepwood is finished. I need you to start building me a very special doll. With pleasure.
That is not the voice I was expecting from that man.
I'm off to find Big Whoop.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Do. And this is a nice sort of new, fresh start we can have for next week, where we try to find the treasure of Big Whoop. Big Whoop. Big Whoop. And we are 20% of the way through. Autosave and quit, please. Yes, that is exactly what we want. So yeah, probably maybe about 3 weeks again, like the first one, which would be nice. Now what is this? It's garbage. That was a message on Discord, and it's a trash message. It's a trash message. Yes, a trash message. How they get through sometimes, I do not know, because it's supposed to mute everything on that one, and yet somehow I still get notified every now and again. Anyway, it might be magic. It might be. Anyway, let's find ourselves some little tunage for a Breakingtons. And then Graveyard Keeper. So, let us see. What do we fancy? See? We got a dash. Oh, that is fair enough. It is 11 o'clock, which is a reasonable time to be dashing. Although you probably don't want to be dashing at 11 o'clock. You want to be sleeping at 11 o'clock. But thank you for the raid. Thank you very much for the raid. Anybody who is not following Mr. Mellow Miniatures, do follow Mr. Mellow Miniatures and peruse his miniature collections. I must admit, I apologise, I forgot to ask precisely what you were painting today. I got too distracted by finding out what was in the clip. But hopefully you had a nice painty paints today. Painty paint paints, painty paint paints, painty paint paints, painty paint paints. Do you know what? Well, Mass Effect, why not? Well, why not do the Mass Effect Andromeda, the one nobody liked? Why not? I mean, there's some very good reasons why not to do that. Anyway, let's do just the main theme. It's just over 4 minutes. Oh, Night Haunt Scripta Mortis. Good lord, that is numerous sort of fancy words that mean nasty things, I think. Oh, there we go. I didn't even need the full thing, and it's gotten me a link to it. But I suppose it is your spooky season, isn't it? So that is it's a book. There's no other way of describing it. It's a book. I suppose the scripter part should have told me that. Oh, there is a person there. There is a spirity person. Fair enough. When I first looked at the image, I've just Google searched it. So if anybody else wants to see what I'm seeing, you can feel free to Google search Nighthaunt Scripta Mortis. If it's anything like my Googling, you will get to Nighthaunt Scripta, and it will fill in the rest for you. But yeah, I couldn't see the little boy with his little sort of lantern of beer. It's not beer. It almost looks like a cup, but it's not. It's a lantern. But I think he's got 3 arms. Got 3 arms, mate? Or he got a 4th one lurking behind, I don't know. But he's signing the book. He's just going, ooh, you have to sign in. I'm signing your name on the dotted line. No. This is against the rules. But yeah, it's a creepy little bastard, isn't it? It's nice. It's a very nice model. Very nice model. Right, anyway. We shall do a little bit of massively erect. That's the porn version of Mass Effect. Anyway, we'll do a little bit of that for 4 minutes and 19 seconds. And then we'll be back for Graveyard Keeper. So, let's go! you.